I'm here with one of my favorite people, and he's done amazing work. Please tell the world who you are.
My name's Adam Turrer. I'm the director of Saturday Hoops. I'm an attorney and a coach and a father.
Yes, yes. Now, out of all of those things, I want you to know I've been able to see you around your kid. I've been able to be involved in Saturday Hoops, and I just want to say thank you so much for the things that you do for our community.
Oh, well, thank you. I could say the same to you. I know I'm a big fan of yours, and so is my son. I know you spoke
Wow.
at his middle school back in the day, and he came home so excited to talk about what you and Speak Love do.
That's what's up. Yeah, man, that's awesome. All right, now the word for the today is courage. So many of these things, like being a lawyer, being a father, raising a son right now. I mean, working at Saturday Hoops with so many kids without fathers. I mean, like when you hear the word courage, what does courage mean to you?
To me, it means showing up. That's one thing that's kind of our unofficial motto of Saturday Hoops is show up. And that's the easiest thing to do. But for a lot of people, it's the hardest thing to do is to take that first step, get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just show up. And the people that I ended up, falling in love with and becoming best friends and family with are the people that show up week after week. You being one of them. You come one time, you see the love, you see the energy, you see the positivity, and you just keep showing up. And that takes courage. A lot of people want to stay in their own little bubble. They want to stay in their comfort zone, and that might be spending a Saturday morning sleeping in, having brunch, being lazy, and that's great. I'm sure they've worked hard during the week and they've earned that. I'm not trying to knock them, but for us and for me and my family, we take a lot of pride and a lot of value in the courage it takes to show up and be there for others and to serve others.
I love that. I love that. And it's so funny that you said that because you're exactly right. I came one time and then everybody that's in my company, I'm like, you got to come at least one time, just
Yep.
one time. It doesn't matter if I'm speaking or not, just come one time. I got to ask you this question though. A lot of people that listen to my show that are involved in Woman Wednesday, they have no idea what Saturday Hoops is. What is Saturday Hoops?
All right, so Saturday Hoops was started 16 years ago by a man named Ed Berg. It started in the old Washington Park before it was the beautiful space it is now, when it was not a safe place to be. There was about 10 kids, about 4 volunteers, and they would just dribble the basketball around, shoot hoops, just give kids a safe space to be on a Saturday. Now it's grown to a program that serves 700 kids in 2019. We are at the OTR Rec Center. We expanded to a second location in 2020 in Winton Terrace. We had, again, never shown up there, started knocking on doors in the community. First week, 20 kids showed up. Second week, 35 kids showed up. In 5 weeks, we had 80 kids show up in Winton Terrace. Every Saturday in OTR, we have about 100 to 150 kids show up, about 75 to 100 volunteers. And it used to be just basketball. Kids started bringing their younger siblings, younger cousins, boys and girls, all ages. So we added things like art and reading and yoga and gymnastics and soccer. We added robotics this year, and the kids loved it. We had a kid from Indian Hill who came and taught the kids robotics, which blew my mind. And then we do basketball, but we also we sprinkle in a lot of positive encouragement. We have 2 speakers every week who speak for about 7 minutes. We started serving the kids food. We partnered with La Soup to provide breakfast. We have different groups come in every week to serve lunch, different companies or church groups or school groups. We have a room called the Huddle where kids can talk about, we try to foster emotional growth and development as well. So it's not just sports. So Saturday Hoops, people are like, oh, I can't play basketball. We can find something for you to do. We partner with the Cincinnati Youth Collaborative for mentoring purposes. So we encourage all the mentors there to bring their mentees down. It's an appointment you can make every week to do something with your mentee. And we also provide the opportunity to educate people who might not be mentors yet to become mentors. And hey, you might find your perfect mentee right here at Saturday Hoops. We have themes. Our themes are, at Saturday Hoops, we are hard workers, cheerful givers, overcomers, and good stewards. We teach the kids the X, the upward escalator in life,
Yeah.
education. Downward escalator is guns and drugs. We try to make sure these kids stay on the upward escalator. And really, I describe it as it's my church. It's where I meet my people. It's where my son's growing up going every Saturday. It's really a special place in our hearts, and we love giving back to the community and making great friends and hopefully making a positive impact on these kids' lives.
That's
My
what's up.
mentee,
Hold on
I
a
started.
second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta cut you off. So why do you do this? Now I know why I do it. You know what I'm saying? I live in Price Hill. I purposefully I'm in the community. Speak Love started here, right? But like why do you do this?
I think for me, I grew up being an athlete. My coaches had a big role in my life. And I love the life lessons you learn through sports about overcoming adversity. About perseverance, about hard work, and about giving back. I was involved. Since I was in elementary school. Giving back to younger kids. I always enjoyed that. I enjoyed coaching. I became a father at the age of 19. So I'm a young parent. I still hanging on to that energy as long as I can to keep up with these kids. And I do love playing on the basketball court with them every Saturday and humbling them a little bit with my old man game. They've never seen a shot fake before, Nick. I feel like it's those lessons. And my father is been in my life, from day one, and he was a coach for me and a big supporter for me. And I knew I'd be there for my son. And that's one thing not every kid has, is that father figure in their life. So that's where the mentoring comes in, and being a one-on-one mentor through CYC, which I was about to talk about. Ethan, my mentee, I've built a great relationship with him, like a second son, but also, this opens the door to be that father figure for literally hundreds of kids. And it's a great thing to be a part of in the community, and just to show up in those kids' lives and let them know there are adults who care about them.
I love that. And I know when I'm there, the one thing I get is love.
Yeah.
Like every time I go to Saturday Hoops, there's this love, and you gotta think about all the things that are going on in the world when you as a grown man wrap your arms around and give a young 4, 5, 6-year-old kid a hug, and that kid is not only appreciative but hugs you back, and they can't wait to see you again. Like that feeling feels so good for me. Like how does that feel for you? Because I've never asked you this question.
Man, that is one thing I miss so much. These past 6-7 months have been hard. We found some ways to still connect with the kids. We distributed backpacks, hundreds of backpacks, just kind of sought them out in the community and found them. We had a scaled down version of Dribble-thon at Ziegler Park. We saw about 65 kids come through. But man, seeing those kids every week, that's the thing I look forward to the most. It's those moments before, the Saturday Hoops programming officially starts. It's, showing up early and playing one-on-one with the kids, and, certain groups of kids show up and they want to challenge the old man to one-on-one. And,
Right.
and, as we're playing, we're also talking like, hey, how was your week? What's going on? How's school going? What were you doing before this? What are you doing the rest of the weekend? Trying to get to know them a little bit and just sharing those moments. And then what I love too is when you see them outside of Saturday Hoops, like seeing them at Washington Park on a Sunday or at Finley Market, seeing them, I work downtown. So seeing them when I'm walking to court for work, and they don't quite recognize you because you got a suit on, you don't have a whistle around your neck, and it takes them a second, like, oh yeah, Saturday Hoops, I love that place. And just seeing how much they appreciate having a safe place to go. I think that's the thing is, and that's one of the reasons we added so many components like we did these last 3-4 years. We built a library, basically. We started adding breakfast because we knew these kids weren't getting those meals at home on the weekends. And just to know that it makes a difference for them. And right now, the hardest thing is just, not being able to make those connections and get those hugs, man. I miss those hugs.
Yeah, I do too. It's funny because I still see my guys. So whenever I'm in OTR or West End or, a couple of them live in my neighborhood over here in Price Hill. And so I still see them, but it's different. When you're there is this just belief system that you're in a safe place. And you guys do such a great job with that. Like you do such a great job. And I wanted to ask you this question because this is really close to my heart. What does it feel like to see your son participate in this thing that you believe in and you love so much? Because sometimes when I'm there, he's rolling with me, hugging kids with me. Like he's as bought into this system as you are or more. You know what I mean? And so like what does that mean to you as a dad?
Everything, man. Today is his 16th birthday.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a pretty special day here. Man, that means everything. There's nothing more I could ask for as a father to see it passed down and hearing him tell his friends about it too. Like we live in Anderson and having him recruit his teammates out here. Like, oh, you guys got to come to Saturday Hoops. Like, oh, I can't wait. He just the other day gave me a phone number. One of his, he's a sophomore, but there's a senior on the basketball team. And he was like, oh yeah, Nick wants to come down and get involved with Saturday Hoops when we start back up. And, he's excited about it. And that's the best thing. And, Kent Wellington, who's been the leader of the program before me, his son, Robbie, now in his, mid-20s, seeing him and how he recruited his college friends and classmates. I mean, that's the biggest thing is we're trying to build this next generation. So when Caleb and Ethan are, in, young professionals here, hopefully in Cincinnati, they can keep this program going and keep it growing for years and years to come. But yeah, I mean, that means everything to me to see his heart. That's nothing makes me more proud than to see his heart. And I see it every week we're at Saturday Hoops.
Oh, I love that. So I gotta ask you this one more question. I get a lot of street cred because I speak in the schools. Speaking to schools, kids recognize my face. They see me around. We do a lot of service downtown. They see it. And I'm also a big black guy, and most of the people there are African-American, right? Now, my question for you, as a person that doesn't necessarily live in Price Hill, West End, OTR, right? Somebody who's coming in from out of town, who may have a lighter hue, right? Do you recognize that this is bridging race relations for these kids? Like, do you recognize that?
I hope so. I mean, that's the thing, again, with my son, that I hope that his generation grows up, not having any boundaries like that, not being afraid to go spend a Saturday in OTR. I mean, we love going to Ziegler Park and Washington Park on the weekends. I mean, I don't think there's much gap. We live out here because I grew up here and my parents are nearby, and he wanted to go to the same schools I went to. But again, on the weekends, we spend every weekend in the city. And he's got these friends that he not only sees on Saturdays, but then they go home, put on their Xbox headsets, and they're playing with each other and building these friendships. So as they get older and get into more diverse situations, it just feels natural. I mean, I hope, my hope is for their generation that they don't even recognize those things that you and I recognize. That it's just we're people. We're people with good hearts. We care about one another, and we're here to support one another. And that's what I hope we are doing at Saturday Hoops, is showing all these kids, no matter where you come from, no matter what adversity you face in life, there are people of every race, religion, socioeconomic status who care about you and want to see you succeed.
Yes. So I want you to know, you just slipped up and said Saturday Hope. I feel like we should start making some Saturday Hope t-shirts, because if you go through Speak Love and you see guys like Charlie Hall Jr., guys like Justin Miller, like you see these guys like Rebel Sahale, these guys who were not involved in Saturday Hoops, they came and got involved because we were doing something with Speak Love at Saturday Hoops and absolutely fell in love. You know what I mean? Like these guys, I mean, they're in and they come there to mentor and build into, and they get mentored and built into. And for that, I got to say thank you. My last question. If you're a person out there who's watching this video and you ain't never heard of Saturday Hoops and you want to get involved, how do they do so?
Saturdayhoops.org. One of the things we did during this pandemic, when we haven't been able to meet regularly, is we built a brand new website. So, we're trying to keep moving things forward as much as we can during these times. Saturdayhoops.org. You can learn more about us there. It's an awesome new website. Got to thank our friends at Thomson Reuters for helping us out with that. They did a great job. Again, people at UC, we had a group of students from UC who helped us build that too. And right now, we don't know when we'll be back. Our social media, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Saturday Hoops. Jackie, our social media manager, my right hand at Saturday Hoops, does such a great job of making sure, all the kids can follow us there. And we're trying to send out positivity. As soon as you post this, we're going to make sure it gets to all our social media channels so everybody can see it. I've had the opportunity to go out and speak about Saturday Hoops a lot during this time and raise some money for the program. And right now, we're hoping to be back at it in some modified form or fashion, hopefully as early as January or February. And like we said in the beginning, just have that courage to show up. Take a chance on these kids and you will be rewarded. It is the most rewarding feeling. Every Saturday, I end up exhausted and energized in like the best possible balanced way of just like, man, these kids wore me out for 5 hours and I have never felt so alive and loved and excited about what we're building for the future.
So I got to tell you, we're about to sign out here, but it's my last thing I want to say. You, Marcus, Kent, the whole team that has gotten involved in this is literally saving lives. We see you. I see you. Our organization, we see you as people of courage. And because of such, we wanted to have you on this. We want to thank you so much for being involved in our community, and keep going.
Thank you. And thank you for everything you do and for all the inspiration and encouragement, man. Every time I see your face and hear you speak, I just want to give back that love and spread that love to the whole community. What we're doing is important and it's special. And I can't thank you enough, Nick.
No problem. No problem. All right. You got 10 more seconds. What do you have to say to the world? And then we're going to sign out.
Happy birthday, Caleb. Happy 10-day anniversary to my wife, Corey, one of our dedicated Saturday Hoops volunteers. Saturdayhoops.org. Go vote. I voted today. Go vote.
Sounds good. Hey, go out there and be a man of courage. Peace.